Assalamu alaikum students. D2 Maths exercise number 1D question number 3 today. Yes students, what question number 3 says, have a look. For each of the following equations, state the two variables which are inversely proportional to each other and explain your answer. Students, here this expression is given. It's y is equal to 3 by x square. So here we have to tell that which two variables are inversely proportional to each other. You know, since y is inversely proportional to x square because its denominator is divided here. So y is inversely proportional to x square. So y is equal to 3 by x square. Now we will cross multiply them. If there is no denominator, it's mean if no denominator is there, we have to make denominator by ourselves. That will be 1. So we will cross multiply them. After cross multiplying, y will be multiplied with x and 3 will be multiplied with 1. It will be y x square is equal to 3, where 3 is a constant. Is a constant, and this is the product. The product of x and y is equal to 3 is a constant. So that's why we will say that x and y both are inversely proportional to each other because their product is constant. So we will just simply write that x and y and x square both are inversely proportional to each other because its product is equal to constant. If the product of two variables is equal to constant, then it means they both are inversely proportional to each other. So this is our part A, question number 3, 1D. Then y is inversely proportional to x square because their product is equal to constant. Now move towards part B. Here y is equal to 1 by square root x. What is the question? Y is equal to 1 by square root x. Which means we will cross multiply them and we will make denominator by ourselves because there is no denominator. If there is no denominator, then we have to write 1. Fine. Now we will cross multiply it. It will be y into square root x is equal to 1 times 1. It's also a 1 is a constant. 1 is a constant, and the product of y and x square root x is equal to constant. Where 1 is a constant, then y is inversely proportional to square root x. So students, this is the solution of part B. So with the same method we will solve the next questions as well. It's very easy question. Here is part C. Here y square is equal to 5 by x cube. Since y is equal to y square is equal to 5 by x cube, we will make denominator here, cross multiply it, y square into x cube is equal to 5, where 5 is a constant. Then yes students, this is the part C of question number 3. Since y square is equal to 5 by x cube, so we have made 1 by ourselves, denominator cross multiplied. Now it's the product of two variables is equal to 5, that is a constant. then y square is inversely proportional to x cube, because the product of two variables if is equal to constant, then both the variables are inversely proportional to each other. So this is the basic reason. There are e part till e part, so you will do the next two parts d and e by yourself. These are very easy questions. You can solve it within just few seconds, because its reason is that the product of two variables is equal to constant, so they both variables will be inversely proportional to each other. The next two remaining two parts you will solve by yourself on your register. Practice it frequently and solve on your register. Next, move towards question number 4. Yes, students, it's question number 4 of exercise number 1D, intermediate level. If z is inversely proportional to cube root x and z is equal to 5 when x is equal to 64, find the value of z when x is equal to 216. So here the relation between z and cube root x is given, that is inverse proportion, and z value is given, x value is given. We will first of all will make equation z is inversely proportional to 1 by cube root x, and we will remove the sign of proportionality constant by placing k. Now we have to find the value of k by placing z and x value, which are both are given, so easily we can find the value of k. Now after that z value we have to find, and with the help of x value. It's very easy question, student. You can solve by yourself. Question number 4 and question number 5 I am going to solve it, because 4 and 5 are both are with the same method. 5 I'll solve and 4 you will solve at home. Yes, students, question number 5. If q square is inversely proportional to p plus 3 and q is equal to 5 when p is equal to 2, find the values of q when p is equal to 17. So the relation between q square and p plus 3 is, these are two terms where relation we have to tell that what relation is. Inverse relation is there given, q value is given and p value is given. So let's make a equation. So q square is inversely proportional to p plus 3. We will make equation now. Means q square is inversely proportional to p plus 3, means p plus 3 will be in denominator. Now we have to change the sign. We have to remove the sign by placing any constant where we have placed k, where k is a constant, and p plus 3 where k is a constant. K is a constant. Got that? Now we have to find out the value of k by placing the values of q and p. So when q is equal to 5, p is equal to 2, we'll place these values here in this equation, and in this way we can find the value of k. Q is equal to 5, it's mean 5 square is equal to k by p value is 2 plus 3. 5 2 times is 25 is equal to k by 5. We need k value, so 5 is in denominator. We can multiply it on 5, multiply on 5 both sides, so that it can be cancelled and we can get any product here. 5 times 525 times is its k is equal to 125. So we got the value of k, that is equal to 125. Now what the next value is given. Now we will make the equation by placing the value of k in this equation. It will be q square is equal to, k value is 125 by p plus 3. It's general equation. We will place the values here to find any our required value. Q square we have to find, p value is 17 given. We will place values in equation 1 now. Q square is equal to 125 by p value is 17 plus 3. It's 125 by 17 plus 3. So we will add them now both. Q square is equal to 125 by 17 plus 3 is 20. We can even cut it or divide it by the table of 5. 5 4 times, 5 2 times 10, and 5 5 times 25. It will be Q square is equal to 25 by 4. Now we need basically Q value, but that is Q square, so we have to remove the square, and to remove the square we will place square root on both sides. That is taking square root on both sides, so we will take square root. It will be Q square by 25 by 4. 25 by, so square will be cancelled with square root. Here Q is equal to 25 square root is equal to 5, and 4 square root is equal to 2. It will be positive and negative because square root we have opened. So denominator is the larger than numerator is larger than denominator. That's why we have to divide it. We will divide it 5 2 times 4 1.0 and 2 5 times 10. So Q will be equal to plus minus 2.5. It is the value of Q which was required to find. So we have found now. So students, this is the question number 5, exercise number 1D, intermediate level. Today we have solved question number 3 and question number 5. Question number 4 is as it is question number 5. So you will solve question number 4 by yourself. It's very easy. As question number 5 you have solved very easy method. Just concept is just there of relation between two quantities is inverse, and we have to make equation. The same method as a lot of questions we have done already in previous exercises. So you will solve this question number 4 on your register. Practice these questions frequently. Okay students, in next lecture inshallah we will meet and we will start the next question number 6. Till then, Allah Hafiz.